safely inside the City ground after the drive down here to Nottingham, and a familiar face on the front of the programme, a certain Elliot Anderson, who Newcastle unfortunately had to sell last summer, and in a move that obviously the fans weren't too impressed with, but it was where Newcastle were in terms of PSR. The only problem is today is this man going to come back to haunt us? It's going to be very interesting to see. So an amazing 3-1 win for Newcastle United here at the City ground. Where do you start with that one really? Newcastle United in the first half overcome a lot of problems, their own problems, by going 1-0 down, but also having to overcome the performance of the referee, which was questionable at times. I think Yates could easily have been booked for that early challenge on Livramento. Some people say he shouldn't have even been on the pitch by the end, but ultimately Newcastle United had to play to the whistle almost, and that's exactly what they did. In the second half, they were much better after going that goal down. Nottingham Forest failed to capitalise on the 1-0 advantage, and Newcastle got back in it with a great strike from Isak, who smashed in off the post for 1-1. That set the tone for the game. Joe Linton then scoring an absolute cracker, cutting inside and curling off the post to make it 2-1, and then Harvey Barnes wrapped it up after coming off the bench. So Eddie Howe also getting his substitutions right today. Sandro Tonali having a hand in 2 goals. It's been difficult for him to accept that he's not going to be a starting player in the last couple of weeks, but he responded in exactly the right way. And the attitude of Eddie Howe's team today was there for all to see. They battled for each other, they battled for the fans. Eddie Howe talking about his team as a team of warriors in the press conference, and really they did show that in the second half. So Newcastle pull off a 3-1 win here at the City ground. You look back at this game and think, going into it, it was daunting almost, looking at the table, seeing Nottingham Forest in 3rd place, but Newcastle probably made them look ordinary in the second half. It was 3-1, it could have been more. Bruno having an opportunity, Isak sending a shot wide as well, so this could have been an even heavier win for Newcastle United. But we'll take 3-1. We go into the international break in the top half of the table, and just a point now from them Champions League places. So for all the talk about revising expectations, Newcastle still in with a shout of everything going into that second half of the season. They're still in both cups, obviously. They're still in with a shout of getting into all 3 European competitions. So let's see what happens. But really encouraging stuff from Newcastle the last 3 games. Beating Chelsea in the Carabao Cup, a great win over Arsenal, and now beating an in-form Nottingham Forest team here at the City ground. Doesn't get much better than this for an away game.